Imagine standing on a stage, heart pounding, about to speak your truth. That moment, the clash between fear and courage, captures the reality we're living through today. Democracy itself is under siege, not just by traditional forces, but by the very technology we once believed would liberate us. We are at a crossroads where panic must transform into purpose, where fear must give birth to action. In 2025, the threat to freedom is no longer a distant warning. It's happening right now in real time, and it's digital. The silent coup, naming the crisis. It's critical that we name what's happening for what it is: a digital coup. That term might sound extreme, even unsettling, but it perfectly describes the quiet, powerful shift undermining our democratic institutions. The last time someone tried to sound the alarm, they faced brutal retaliation, legal battles, public vilification, and an all-out attempt to silence their voice. This isn't just an isolated story. It's a reflection of a broader global struggle. If we don't act, we risk losing not only individual freedoms but also the fundamental structures that uphold truth, justice, and accountability. Coups don't always come with tanks and soldiers anymore. They arrive quietly, through the erosion of digital rights, through the weaponization of information, and through the slow consolidation of data and power. The rise of the Broligarchy, tech and oppression collide. Today's power structures aren't just about political leaders or corporations. They're about the brotherhood of tech giants and authoritarian regimes, a dangerous new alliance we can call the Broligarchy. This Broligarchy has access to unprecedented amounts of personal data. Surveillance capitalism is no longer a theory. It's the daily reality for billions around the world. Our movements are tracked. Our conversations are monitored. Our preferences, fears, and dreams are mined for profit and control. Old measures of power like military strength or financial wealth have been replaced by a single commodity: data. When control of information becomes centralized in a few hands, democracy itself becomes fragile. We must recognize that the fight for privacy is also a fight for freedom. Why it matters: freedom versus tyranny. This isn't just about abstract rights. It's about real choices we must make every day. Will we allow our societies to be engineered by unseen algorithms? Will we let surveillance dictate who gets heard and who gets silenced? Politics has become increasingly dictated by tech monopolies, influencing elections, shaping public opinion, and even determining which voices rise and which ones are buried. The consequences are devastating. Those who speak out against injustice find themselves targeted, not just by trolls but by lawsuits, censorship, and digital character assassination. But there's hope. Throughout these battles, communities have risen up. People are organizing, standing together, and proving that collective action still has incredible power. Tools of resistance, awareness, and action. Resistance begins with awareness. Simple tools like the Wayback Machine, decentralized platforms, VPNs, and encrypted communications help preserve our rights in the digital age. By protecting our personal data, refusing to comply with invasive practices, and supporting platforms that value transparency, we are taking tangible steps to fight back. Small actions matter. Check your privacy settings. Choose platforms that respect your data. Speak out about censorship and digital injustice. Educate your community on digital rights. Every step we take chips away at the power of surveillance and authoritarianism, reclaiming our narrative, building a future based on integrity. It's not enough to resist, we must also reimagine. We need a future where integrity, transparency, and human rights define our digital spaces. Imagine a world where tech is a force for empowerment, not oppression. Where platforms are accountable. Where privacy isn't a luxury for the rich, but a right for all. History shows that when people unite behind a cause, they can shift the course of society. From civil rights movements to revolutions for independence, change happens when people refuse to stay silent. We are at another historic moment now, and the outcome will depend on whether we choose complacency or courage. The road ahead, your voice matters. The road ahead won't be easy. It will require vigilance, courage, and solidarity. But we have everything we need to turn the tide. The choice is ours. Will we stand up for freedom, even when it's uncomfortable? Will we hold tech giants accountable? Will we build new systems based on justice, not exploitation? It starts today. It starts with you. Your voice matters. Your actions matter. Together, we can reclaim our narrative and rebuild a future where democracy, dignity, and freedom thrive, not just in the physical world, but in the digital one too. Final words. The fight against digital authoritarianism is the fight for our future. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Speak, act, share, build. The power to change the world isn't somewhere out there, it's right here, in our hands, right now. Join the movement. Reclaim your power. Write the next chapter in our collective story. #DigitalFreedom#. Fight for democracy #reclaim more power #privacy matters #surveillance. Capitalism #digital rights #stop digital coup #tech for good #resist authoritarianism #build the future.